going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Final Points. I'm your host, Dom Cintorino, joined as always by Matt Gannon. Matt, what's going on?
For those that didn't know, England is not part of the President's Cup. Just joking around, but I'm ready for the President's Cup. We have 4 days of golf rather than 3 from the Ryder Cup. So we head to Charlotte, North Carolina, Quail Hollow. It's going to be a fun week. I'm excited for a little bit of a switch up, even though we got 1 week of PGA Tour golf. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm ready for the Americans to just pound it on them. I mean, at least I hope. I'm ready for them to get going with it because there's been a lot of beef in the golf world. So I think this is their time to let some of it out.
Exactly. And, I mean, the odds show it everywhere. It shouldn't be very close. I guess you never know when it gets to these things because we see crazy teams come up like in some of these, the Zurich, like we see random teams play well together.
Doc Redmond and Sam Ryder.
Yeah. I mean, you can get in a groove with your partner. All PGA Tour pros, but like if you had to rank the 12, it's clear that the U.S. is far and away more talented than the international. So I have to kind of keep that in mind. But for those of you playing DFS this week, there's some slight advantages that you can have, really. It's basically like a showdown captain mode if you play primetime football, single game NBA. I mean, there's showdown contests for everything where you select one captain and he gets 1.5 times the normal scoring. You have to be very picky when going with your captain. I've played around with it a little bit, Matt. Where do you see yourself going when you're making your builds? Who are you starting off with at captain?
I was early in the week thinking about Sam Burns, and then I saw him paired with Scotty, and now I'm totally sold on Sam Burns. I'm going Sam Burns all the way. He doesn't have the best Quail Hollow history, but he's just a better golfer than he is now than he was when he played there in the past. And give him champion Bermuda grass, like that's all I need to hear. I know how important driving accuracy and driving is at Quail Hollow, driving as a whole, and Sam Burns does have a little bit of a right miss sometimes, but there's very minimal rough this week at Quail Hollow. It's only 1.75 inches, so I'm all the way in on Sam Burns this week.
I don't hate that either. I mean, 13-2 compared to Scotty's 15-9, and the prices drop off. It's not like it's just those captain prices and whatever. Once you get past the captain spot, still kind of tight, but gives you a little bit of leeway. With my builds this week, I don't want more than 2 international players.
No, definitely not. 2
They're cheap and they're going to be easy. Like once you get, say, 5 guys in, you're going to look at it and be like, oh, this is my only options, international guys.
Right.
You're going to have to build differently. I'm trying to get only 1 in there, but it can be difficult. I've also found myself trying like a Mito or a Pendrith in the captain spot.
That's bold.
It's bold. And going 5 U.S. guys. Because when you start Burns, have you found yourself kind of strapped with cash?
No, like honestly, no. I have a core 4 that I'm playing in every single lineup, which is Burns, Cantlay, Schauffele, and Tom Kim. And then from there, I wasn't like scrambling. I guess you could say scrambling. I have Horschel in one lineup, and then KH Lee in one lineup. And then another one I have Pendrith in, but like I'm not scrambling that to find like guys. I feel like that's viable. Those are viable options, especially Pendrith playing on day 1. You want to have guys that are going to play on day 1 because they have chances to play all 5 matches. Not necessarily will. And everyone that I've played is playing all 5 matches, or at least can set up, except for Billy Horschel. But I think Billy Horschel will get his matchup with Sam Burns at some point during the week.
Agree. Yeah, because they play together at Zurich. They've had success over the past couple of years. So it's tough for me with the captain spot because I'm the same as you. I have Cantlay and Xander in just about every lineup I'm building. I think that it's a necessity. I like their opening matchup for the most part. I mean, I'm not too afraid of Scott. Matsuyama, you never know what you're going to get. I know that's quote unquote their aces that they're throwing out there. But I'm not too concerned with Adam Scott and Hideki Matsuyama. I could be crazy, but like I'll take Xander and Cantlay against just about anyone right now.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking, and they both played amazing golf down the stretch of the season. Maybe a little injury concern with Cantlay, but I would say he's here to play the President's Cup. He's here with his best friend Xander Schauffele. I think they're ready to roll it out early.
And there is a lot that goes into knowing how to play well with someone. We see
Right,
it at
and
the
they do it
Zurich
best.
where guys who aren't very good together, like bad example, but Kevin Kisner and Scott Brown for years, I think they missed the cut this year. They would just go to the top of the leaderboard regardless of what their form was because they understand each other. They can communicate. Like there's certain ways to play holes. There's certain ways to know how much you're giving up, when you have to be risky. Like Xander and Cantlay, what they have is special. They've done it more recently than a lot of these guys. I mean, like you said, Burns was in it, and he'll probably get a shot with Horschel. A lot of these guys were in the team event, but they aren't with their partner.
Right.
So Xander Cantlay, try and get him in. I don't think you can captain either one just because of the price tag, the salary relief that you get just going down to Burns or going down to your first international guy. I don't know how risky that's going to be. I don't know if you can truly win a GPP with an international in your captain spot, but it definitely makes like
you're going to be different for sure. You're going to be very different.
Yeah, and all you need is you have to hit on the international guy though. That's the thing. If
I think it's going to be Sungjae who's going to be the popular one, or like Matsuyama.
Yep.
I feel like because those are the only guys that really have like upside to win 3 to 4 matches. So,
what do you think of Pendrith and Mito's first matchup, though?
Pendrith and Mito versus Finau and Homa. I like that, actually. I mean,
I do quite a bit because like both of their upsides are
that's going to be a good
unmatched.
match. That's actually going to be a really interesting match to watch.
It is, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Like on paper, you look at Pendrith and Mito. Neither guy even has a headshot in DraftKings. So like the outside people who whatever, I mean, you're putting them on paper versus Max Homa and Tony Finau. I mean, should Finau and Homa win? Absolutely. But it wouldn't shock me by any means if Mito and Pendrith come out and have a day. Like the way Pendrith has been playing since he came back in July, there's no denying that.
Yeah, I was getting some Team of Destiny vibes just based off like the international Instagram and Twitter posts. Like they are there to have fun. They're carefree. They have nothing to lose. And I was getting a little bit worried. Like I have way too much money on USA minus 300, but I kind of rescinded that after I saw the matchups. I'm like, oh my God, we are just so much more talented, so much better than these guys. If I could see it being like 2-2 on day one, like 2.5 to 2.5, something like that. Yeah. But I feel like just over 4 days, and I'm happy it's 4 days. Over 4 days, our firepower is just so much deeper than theirs. But they have all those like guys you want to play as first round leader, and then they'll tail off down the stretch. But those are the guys they have who can just pop for a match, pop for a round, which is scary. Yeah. When I see both our first 2 matches, we're down 3 holes through 5. And I'm like, oh shit. But then, like, I feel like it'll just write itself, like, in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it'll all come back and even out. But the one when I was talking about Pendrith as captain, here's how I was able to fill it out. I got both Xander and Cantlay. I got both Morikawa and Cam Young. And then I got Sam Burns.
Yeah, I like that. I have no Morikawa, which I kind of wish I do, but I got the Cam Young in one lineup, which is going to be my Morikawa fix, I guess, because they're partnered together on day one. Who knows? I don't think they're going to play together more than one match. I think Morikawa is going to play with a few guys because Morikawa is a demigod, can play with anyone just based off his skill set. Like exactly. Long and straight and great, just good all around. But there's a few guys that you're going to like see every single day, like JT Spieth. They know each other, PCX, and then Sam and Scotty are obviously best friends, but we're going to see Sam and Horschel for sure, which I'm happy about. Like I love them. They play really good together.
Yes, they do.
Somehow they do.
Horschel's just pretty good in team events as well. I don't know what it is. And
same thing with Kisner. Like they'll make those 8.5 foot par putt just to tie the match, but it's not going to show up on the scorecard like, oh, he just made a par, but like, oh, he stays in the hole. Like that's what they do. Him and Kisner.
And that's the reason Kisner was brought onto this team. Like it's not because he's elite. It's not because he's been playing very good. Does well. He shows up in these events, and
I don't like it at all.
No, I don't. I don't think I'll get there too much. So speaking of Kisner and Horschel, what do you make of these guys that aren't playing in round one? Because a lot of people who are going on tonight and building their lineups and seeing round one no match, they're just gonna completely fade them.
Right.
And I think there's
I have
some
Horschel.
leverage to be had.
I think Kisner will play his minimum 2 matches and that's it. I don't like the pick for Kisner because listen, I think Kisner's a good addition to match play, but it's not like this is gonna be like a close battle. I think this was a perfect excuse to get a future stud in, like get the Gala in there, get someone else. We're literally minus 800 to win this event. Like there's not much risk putting us to Heath Gala just to give him some experience,
Right.
who's the future of our Ryder Cup, rather than Kevin Kisner, who, yeah, I think he will benefit the team, but I don't think we need him right now. Like, just like,
No.
seriously?
He's replaceable by a lot
So
of
many
people.
guys. I would have been fine with Thigala, Tom Hoagie, someone in that category. Just reward Tom Hoagie for that season he had. He got to the Tour Championship. He won an event. He was in the standings all year. Or Sahith Thigala. He had a great season. So, I mean, I don't think Kisner is a downfall of the team. I think he'll win his matches, but like have some fun with it.
Yeah, but of everyone in this field, I mean, he had a pretty rough year. I mean,
exactly.
You see it right on DraftKings. He made 11 of 22 cuts.
And the events that he does good at are the events he's supposed to do good at, including the match play. Like he is a good match play player. He's going to play well here, but just like we don't need this. I feel like if it was like a Ryder, not even a Ryder Cup, a President's Cup where the teams were even, I think Kevin Kisner's a good pick. Like he's the killer in these situations. But now we're getting Kisner in an event where we're minus 800, have some fun with it, put Thigala in there. But it is what it is. I'm going to be fading Kisner completely, not putting him in. The only guy who's not playing that I'm going to play is Horschel, just because I think he is another match play assassin, another guy who's going to definitely play his 2 minimum matches, and then I think he'll get another one with Sam Burns.
Then on the international side of things, what do you make of Munoz and Seabez? The only thing with Munoz really, 4K flat provides a lot of salary relief depending on like if you're throwing Scotty in there as your captain, you might want to consider Munoz from a leverage standpoint, from a just overall pricing standpoint.
Yeah, Munoz he'll play 2 or 3, but he'll beat someone big. Munoz is the guy who's going to beat like whoever he's matched up with. It's going to be like Cam Young. He'll just beat Cam Young because that's what Sebastian Munoz does. And then like the next day he'll go out and play alt shot and ruin the team. So I think Munoz is a very high upside. You'll get a surprising points from him because no one's going to play him and he'll win his match and then he's going to be horrible the next day.
Yeah, that's probably.
I don't hate it though at 4K man, but I didn't need to put him in there. I'd rather play KH.
I didn't either. I got $400 more to get up to Pendrith, and if that means swapping like Xander or X for Burns as your captain, so be it.
Right.
Just find the $400. And also in terms of build, it's okay to leave money on the table. Like it's not ideal, but if you find yourself leaving more money than normal on the table, you're going to be different. I mean, there's going to be a lot of duplicated lineups just because of the way pricing is. So play the guys that you like. Don't play more than 2 international guys. I mean, if they win, then honestly, I don't see them winning at all. So I'm not even putting that through my head but if they were able to pull some type of upset, someone that plays more international guys than they should is going to
win with ease. Win with ease.
Everything.
Yes.
Especially if it's their core. I'm just not.
I'm 4-2 and I'm 4-2 in all of my lineups, which is like I feel like I should get at least 1 to 5-1, but that's kind of how it worked out. Maybe I could,
like I said, the only 5-1 I could really get was
actually I'm gonna
make Pendrith from captain. So looking at it here, say we do Burns. Let's see if we can make a 5-1 with Burns. So you would essentially need Horschel in it, which isn't the worst thing in the world. If you have Burns at captain, you kind of need the salary relief to go down and do Horschel.
Yeah.
So that leaves you with 77. Spieth is out down there. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm not touching Finau or Homa.
You're not touching Finau or Homa. I think Homa is a good pick, but he's kind of priced a little high, which is like I feel like he's priced where he should be, but I don't want to touch it, if you know what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Like he's just priced in a good spot, but I just like.
I'm also weird enough for like he just won the week before,
Yeah.
and I'll play that into it. And the only reason I'm going to play that into it is because of how few golfers you have the choice at. Like,
Right.
you have to make the case against some people. And as much as I like Mito and Pendrith, the way they match up with those two and personal bias, I just can't get to either one.
Fair. Very fair. Very fair.
So if you start Burns captain and then Horschel, what do you think of Spieth?
You're gonna get those Justin Thomas points. We know what Spieth is. He's either gonna be awesome or he's gonna be bad. I mean, yeah. So he's gonna garner some ownership just because he's playing with Justin Thomas and he's a vet. He's gonna play a bunch of matches. I think it's a good play.
So yeah, I mean, you can definitely do a 5-1 if you have
Yeah.
Pendrith, but I think you need Horschel.
Yeah, I did. I just did a 5-1. I changed my 1-5-1 to, 4-2 to a 5-1. It's Burns captain, and I still have PCX Cam Young. And then I went Horschel KH Lee.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
So
and they had I only like KH Lee because they had like a little mini tournament last week with all the President's Cup guys, and KH Lee won out of all the President's Cup guys. So maybe that's gonna make Captain Immelman play him more. So that's why I like KH Lee.
Fair enough. DraftKings scoring is basically the same as Zurich. You just want your guys to win. So that's why we're saying you want 4 to 5 US guys. Holes won, holes halved, matches won. That's everything that DraftKings is giving out points for. A little bit different, obviously, but the showdown event is different as well. So anything else you want to touch on? We basically went through the whole board.
You want you guys to win, and you want you guys to win handedly because you get bonuses for holes not completed. So, like if you win 7 and 6, you get 6 bonus holes, something like that.
Exactly. Yep. And
besides that, I feel like
if you lose that big, that's that amount of points that you're just not getting. So
right.
US, and don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it.
It's
don't
not like
even think about it.
It's not like a showdown game where it's like, I don't know, Bills at, I can't even think of a shit team right now. Say Bills and Titans like this weekend. It's not like that where there's a path for the Titans to win. I really don't think there's a path for the Europeans.
As much as I don't want to say that to like put the bad energy in the world, because Dom, I have too much money on this minus 300, but I just don't see it. I just don't. And I put it on minus 300, knowing that obviously Cam and Waco were going to be gone, and it got up all the way to minus 800 now. I just don't see it. I think the President's Cup team is there to have a good time. They're there to win some holes, win a few matches, but look at our depth. We're goddamn America. This is what we do. We're here to pound these dudes. We're here to, that sounded sus. We're here to make it happen. We're here to make it happen. So I know it's USA or nothing.
Agree. All right. Side bet.
Who won last time?
I'm 1-0.
All right, I'll win with you.
Lee Hodges missed the cut.
Damn it. Blacklist.
Yeah. Blacklist. So, my turn to pick. Let's see here. So we can do you want to just do want to both build a draft? Ready for this? Let's see if this even works out. Let's both build a DraftKings team. You can do a free one, whatever. Just build it, enter it, and we'll do most DraftKings points. We'll do a snake draft. So we'll each have to have one of each guy.
Confused?
Does that make sense?
No. So we each build a lineup?
Yes, but we can't duplicate players.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
It might not work out, but I think it will because we're going to have to go deep.
Wait, okay. Let's do it.
And here's my only thing.
I can create a contest just for us two.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
So while you create that, let me think real quick, because are we going to have to draft captain first is the big question.
Yes.
captain first, and then fill
What's your
in.
What's your DraftKings username? Real quick, I can send it to you.
Dom Cinto, DOMCINTO 23.
Gotcha. Or popped up with your Justin Jefferson logo.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I sent it to you. So
Got it.
so just you got it?
Yep.
All right. So do you want me to go first or you go first?
Yeah, you pick first.
All right. I'm gonna go Captain Sam Burns.
Okay.
So Burns is off the table no matter what.
Burns is off the table no matter what.
Okay.
So I will take.
This is a great idea.
I'll take Xander as my captain.
Okay.
And Scotty.
Xander and Scotty are off the table. All right. I'm gonna go PC.
You go one more.
Wait, actually, that doesn't make no, whatever. I'll go PC. I'll go PC and Homa.
All right. So right now you have Cantlay, Homa, and Burns. I have Xander and Scotty. So
we'll post a screenshot of this when we're done.
Yes, a little confusing to follow along with, but
yeah.
I'll go. Jeez, this is tough. Give me Cam Young. And JT.
JT's good. Okay. So you have 5 players now or 3?
I have 4.
Okay. I have.
Hey, am I going to run out of salary cap?
You might.
Hold on. Yeah, let me retract JT.
Okay.
Sorry.
Retract JT.
Sorry. Cam Young and Pendrith.
Okay. So I have 3 players, 58 left to work with. I'll go.
So to recap real quick, sorry. I have Xander captain, Scotty, Cam Young, and Pendrith.
Okay. I'm going to go Tom Kim.
Okay. Love that.
Tom Kim. And no, I don't want Morikawa. Tom Kim and I'll go Billy Horschel. You don't have Horschel, do you?
No.
Okay, I'll go Tom Kim and Billy Horschel.
So you have one more guy.
Yep, and
so read your 5 quick.
Burns, Cantlay, Homa, Kim, Horschel.
All right, I got Xander, Pendrith, Scheffler, and Cam Young. 6,700 average left. I'm gonna go. Horschel was a nice pick. Give me Morikawa.
Okay.
And God, Seabass is right there. I don't know if I can do it. Oh God, I don't like any of these Euro guys. So I got Xander, Morikawa, Scheffler, Cam Young, Pendrith, Siwoo.
All right, I'm going KH Lee. He's on the table, right?
Yep.
All right.
I got 400 to spare.
I have 1,800 to spare.
I love it.
Let's rock. So
all right, entered. Bet number 2, a little bit different. If I would have went the route that I did, I would have had to, I think, do the bottom 2. Or I don't even think I would have had enough for them to. But
yeah,
we got it. We'll post a screenshot for bet number 2. If you're playing DFS this week, good luck, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace out.